first people that I requested for the shoot was Gary Shaw, director of photography. He's very resourceful and likes to get in there and get his hands dirty, and that was going to be the kind of project this was really, whereby we were going to have to think on our feet quite a bit, and he was going to have to throw himself around, and he's very adaptable. So I thought he'd be a great person to work with on this. And again, a good first AD, Lucas, is somebody who can contribute to the shoot and not just do what I ask him to do, but actually have a look at what's being done and work out interesting ways to do it as well with me.
This shows me the storyboard, or we discuss what he wants, and then I go away and try and find the clothes. We sometimes get them made.
She did a fantastic job finding somebody who could make a whole host of bespoke kits which were generic but would look authentic and would be the right materials.
The idea is the journey of a rugby ball seen through its POV between various teams through day and night, from the changing room to the final try.
We did various camera tests, but what we ended up using was the Red Epic. The issue with it, albeit a small camera, it's still, it's still a reasonable size, and so it was how that would be housed, how, if at all, we throw it around. We built like a foam housing which had the shape perfectly cut in of the camera and various breathe holes and places for filters and what have you. And we had 2 of those made, and they were what we used for rolling the ball camera along the floor, and even a few passes. And then for the more dramatic pass shots, we put that onto a Technocrane, and we used a sort of a small arc section of a very long move, just to try and get the suggestion of a pass.
It's not really a narrative, it's more sort of a selection of dynamic shots, hopefully.
We kind of realised that trying to match crowd into a stadium that's moving quite violently would be quite difficult, so we've actually gone down the route of building 3D stadiums, several stadiums, and we'll be shooting against green screen and various other on locations, and removing the backgrounds completely and putting in stadium.
It was important to have a complete mix of players, so it's important for us to have some Celtic players, the Irish players, the Scottish players and the Welsh players, as well as people who play in the Aviva Premiership.
So the idea is the title sequence will run across various rugby strands, international and domestic, and magazine shows for probably about 3 years. I'm pleased with the sequence. It's one of those ones that I think at the end of it you might look at and think, it's over in 35 seconds, and not see a lot of the hard work that's gone into it, and the replacing of all the backgrounds, and putting stadiums in every shot and putting crowds in every shot, because none of it's there. But if people look at it and don't notice it, that means that it's worked.